Is VEP green chartreuse better than regular green chartreuse?
Is VEP green chartreuse?
Is
chartreuse?
Who can say?
Yeah.
All right, so Luke and I were trying to figure out if VEP chartreuse is really superior to regular green chartreuse. One of them is aged 3 to 5 years, one of them is aged 8 years. Is that extra bit of aging creating a superior product? We're going to find out. Right now, I would say my hypothesis is that the difference is not significant enough to justify the increased cost and rarity of the VEP green chartreuse.
The only other difference is that one is slightly lower ABV, right?
Oh, was it? Oh, yes, Luke is right.
Just slightly.
One
though.
is 1%
lower.
lower ABV. So this is 110 proof, and this is
108.
So yeah, let's check it out. Let's taste.
Let's taste.
All right, so first we're starting with regular green chartreuse. It seems like such an insult to just refer to it as regular green chartreuse, but it is
regular.
How about we just call it green chartreuse?
Green chartreuse.
So we know that there are 130 different components in this recipe. And we know that it's aged in like a giant oak vat. We don't think that the oak vat imparts any flavor. What are we smelling? I mean, a note that comes up a lot is like chamomile. I'm getting tarragon.
Tarragon for
fennel.
sure. Almost gets like a little root beery.
I think that sarsaparilla is a good note. I think it presents way more fennel-y on the palate. Sour anise, that black licorice.
Yeah, cinnamon, almost like big red gum. It just coats the tongue and heats up the tongue so much. It's like such a pleasant experience right off the bat.
And it's like a fireplace in my mouth.
I don't know how you couldn't like that. I know some people don't, but it's delicious.
So we've got one.
Water.
Be right back.
All right, we're back. Much needed water.
Water break.
Cheers.
All right, let's go VEP. This is the big boy. So color's a little better, a little more concentrated. I don't know if you can see that against our dark colored shirts.
Yeah, the nose is very different.
I think the nose is a little bit mellower, if anything. Like the aging kind of calmed it down, like those high tones.
That'll burn you out though, man. I can't tell if it's just bias because I'm way more familiar and drink more green chartreuse, that like the comfort and familiarity of it makes me like that nose better.
The VEP makes it seem like I can taste more things, whereas the green chartreuse was so much like brighter and bigger. I'm getting to more of the 130 ingredients with the VEP than I was with the regular. This one like honestly smells more like violet, like the floral side of it is much bigger here.
It almost like reminded me of like Pez candy or some kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I think that's like that, the violette. I do think though on the palate you're still getting a lot of the baking spice, cinnamon in the finish, that root beer.
Yeah, honestly, it's like if you think green chartreuse, and this is my opinion, if you think green chartreuse, like you sort of like the flavor, but you find it very intense, this kind of like lets it sit back in the pocket a little more.
Just pony up a few $100 more for the VEP version.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, that's all you got to do.
And then last step, the very crucial step where we get to flex our cocktail bona fides. We're going to insert these chartreuses. Is that the plural? Is it chartreuse?
Chartreuse, dude.
We're going to take these chartreuses. We're going to find the truth about which is better in cocktails. Cheers, Luke.
Cheers.
Thank you for making these test cocktails. Yep. There's a reason they call it a classic. Which is which? I got so confused.
Interesting. Because I like, there is a difference, and it's subtle, but
I don't know, they're tasting pretty similar to me, but I think I'm just excited to have a well-made cocktail.
this is wild. And honestly, now I'm going to change my opinion because I still believe that for the last word, I'm going to like this better. I think I slightly prefer this. It like really, really blends in nicely. It feels a little richer and warmer. Like this tastes more like you taste more of the chartreuse flavor in my mind. This just makes a really pleasant drink though. I think my hypothesis still stands though that like if you like the chartreuse flavor and you want it to stand out in a cocktail, like it's gonna be more prevalent or present with the original.
Yeah, I think that this just does a better version of blending.
It marries the two ingredients
it's a
really
much,
well.
I think like somehow because of how rich the sweet vermouth is that we're using, that like this is a better fit for it. This is almost like the botanicals are like a little too heavy in this one, and they're like more in balance in the VEP.
Agreed. I think this is a more balanced drink, but it's also hard to say that any drink with chartreuse is going to be balanced, or the intent is to be balanced. So like if you want to taste the chartreuse more, I would say this, but if you want a more balanced drink than the VEP.
All right, well there's the Bijou.
Bijou. Now we can talk.
All right, let's start with the regular. All right, we're gonna try the regular first.
Dope.
Same time.
It smells so good. A classic.
You know what's funny? Like we made both these classics in our way, a little gin heavier, and at that point, it's still like borderline a little too rich, too sweet. I can't imagine what that would be like in
Just
an
in
equal
equal
parts.
parts,
Though.
yeah.
That would be tough. All right, so that's the regular. Oh, there's like a little. What the heck? It's insane. It won't come out. You can see it on yours. Yeah, look right there.
I just like that you have your finger in it.
Not the one with the finger in it?
Yeah, I think the finger really did it for me.
Dude, I think I like the VEP better. The VEP is a little tiny bit more subdued, and I think that I just appreciate that. I mean, to Luke's earlier point, if you're someone who loves chartreuse and loves that flavor profile, and you want it to dominate a cocktail, then green chartreuse regular is probably the way you should go. But maybe if you're like me and you're a little bit more sensitive to whatever makes that profile what it is, hard to pinpoint given that there are 130 ingredients, then, you know, VEP, just so easy to find.
It's just cheap and easy to find. And like, I mean, honestly, it's like everyone's like, what should be a good green chartreuse replacement? It's right there.
This is what people don't want you to know.
Yeah, it's a little hack.
A little hack from Luke and Danny.
A little hack from Luke and Danny.
If you want something like green chartreuse, it's not exactly like green chartreuse, get the VEP version.
Yeah, perfect. It's that easy.
It's
What are you doing, dummy?